Casey Lunn live at the UH Manoa campus.
Yeah, celebrating all those extramural funds. Good morning, Casey.
Yes. Extramural funding is where the university system gets funding through grants, all kinds of different things. Places like the National Science Foundation, a lot of it's federal money, but it's a lot of work and it's really important. It goes to really supporting the amazing amount of research that happens here at UH Manoa and the rest of the 9 campuses across the system. I want to introduce Joby Rohrer. He's with us, Natural Resource Operations Manager. You work through the Vice President's Office of Research and Innovation. Thank you for being with us. We've got a lot to talk about today. You work closely with the U.S. Army Garrison, Hawaii. Tell us a little bit about the partnership there and how this funding supports the work that you do. And tell us a little bit about the work you do. You have some snail samples, I believe.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me today. The Army works in this program through a cooperative agreement. We've been funded for almost 30 years. Through that work, the Endangered Species Act enables that money to come through to the UH system to do conservation efforts on Oahu. And through that effort, we're able to work with lots of departments at the university. We work with the Natural Resource Environmental Management Department in the CTAR College. We also work with life sciences departments, including zoology and botany, on some of the conservation challenges.
When you talk about invasive species and conservation, I've always been, my mind blown when you think about something as small as a snail and the impact taking something like that away from a natural habitat can have. And so it's important when we have these high impact things like the U.S. Army, different things that they're doing their best to malama the land and work with people like you, right?
Yes, no, they're great land stewards. They appreciate the cultural and natural resource value of our resources that are out there. There's many endangered plants and animals on the islands, including on Oahu, that really require lots of stewardship to ensure that they continue to exist in the mountains. They're a very important biocultural resource that we want to preserve so that they can be there for research, but so that they can also just be there for the future generations to enjoy.
What are some of the most interesting projects you folks have on the horizon? I know a lot of it's about collecting samples, making sure that you're observing different populations.
A few of the great things I think we've been able to do is with the tree snails, we've been able to construct 6 snail enclosures up in the Moai Mountains, and in those enclosures we're able to protect the snails from some introduced threats, including invasive rats, an invasive predatory snail, as well as an invasive lizard that will eat the snails, consume them directly. And so these enclosures preserve those populations in their wild habitat so that they can be there for generations.
Interesting work and tough work too. I know accessing some of those places. I've talked to some of the folks in the snail world, and I know it's a challenge. So I appreciate you sharing a little bit about what you do with us. Joby Rohrer with us. We also are going to be talking about the economic impact that this money is going to have, not here just at Manoa, but really across the state. We'll have Senator Brian Schatz on later this morning on Sunrise. For now, we'll send things back to Steve and Grace.
All right. Thank you, Casey.